Paul, you guys actually, let me start with their defense. The press seemed to kick you guys out of a lot, force some turnovers, or at least speed you up in ways that made you guys out of rhythm. How would you assess your guys' handling of their press? And was it a surprise in any way that they did it so often?
No, I mean, that's why we, ironically enough, made the starting lineup change, was to get kind of another ball handler into the lineup. Ironically, Kurt Curry ended up being probably the best back there at kind of handling their pressure. So we kind of anticipated it, spent time on it, prep for it. But I think when you get out there and really feel their speed and their aggressiveness, and some guys get a little bit shy about wanting the ball in those moments, it kind of snowballed a little bit. And you got to give credit to their defense. And, we just have to continue to grow offensively and find some consistent point guard play. And, that's not me necessarily pointing the finger at anyone as much as it is as a team. We've got to start to value the basketball more. And then we need a guy to kind of lead that charge for us and just really make good, mature basketball decisions on a consistent basis for us to kind of set the tone for everybody else.
Coach, you think Jeremiah's kind of getting the swing of things now?
I think he's really pressing to score a lot. And offensively, we need someone to help us just run the show and manage a basketball game right now. And hopefully, as he continues to grow and develop, he'll start to, just make more kind of point guard plays. And I think his efficiency will go down a little bit. He's still in a rush. He still gets sped up. And we've just got to get him to be a little bit more efficient on the offensive end.
Coach, what has the season been like for Jeremiah, especially the last couple of weeks? He's seen Saquon Singleton get a lot of that time at the point guard. So, I mean, from your perspective, kind of what you've done to get him on the floor, and certainly, he's played, he's made some big shots the last couple of games. But for all the things that have gone on this year that we don't see, like what has all this been like for him?
That's a good question. I would say from 30,000 feet, that the hardest part for him has been no live contact, kind of prepping for a year, and it's clearly kind of thrown off some timing and some ability to kind of make shots and decisions in real time for him. But I would say on the flip side, he's had an opportunity, and Saquon's had an opportunity, and we're going to continue to roll guys through there until someone just really grabs that spot and runs with it. And, Kurt might be next, and, he brings a lot of energy and did a good job taking care of the basketball tonight. And we've just got to continue as a team to look for kind of that leadership at that position that we so desperately need. And, not end up with a 16 turnover game and 9 come from your point guards. We have to get through a game where we get more consistent point guard play.
Coach, how's Rod doing?
Don't know. I believe Achilles has been ruled out. That was my concern kind of when it happened. The doctor kind of has some ideas that he shared, but until we get x-rays, I probably don't want to share that. It's a little premature for that. So I think once we get x-rays, we'll be able to give you more information on him.
I guess, I know you don't have more information, but just from the look of things, would you say he's probably out the next series?
I don't know. I would think so, but again, I don't want to say for sure, because I think without x-rays, I've just been told there's really not much I can definitively say. Again, the doctor had kind of his ideas, which might indicate something like that, but you never know.
So, Paul, on Thursday, the difference at the 3-point line was they got 30 points off of threes. You guys got 3. Tonight, the difference seemed to be at the free throw line in terms of the scoring. They get 18 points at the line. They hit their final 15 of the second half, but you guys get 4 at the line. How can you guys, try and even some things up when a team's, I guess, winning one of those those battles? And why can't you guys seem to get to the line a little more? Because Fresno seems to be aggressive. I thought they were putting teams on the line a little more than this.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it was Byron was in foul trouble, so we couldn't really quite get him into a rhythm down there. And, they went small. We had to kind of decide how to adjust to that defensively. They were pressing a lot, so I think that took us out of rhythm a little bit as well. And Valdir, you know, he's more of a finesse post player than probably you'd like. He's very skilled. He's very talented. But, you know, getting aggressively shots towards the rim is something they did a very good job of taking us out of. I think it started with the press and then kind of got into guys getting rushed and kind of taking some quick shots. We took too many threes, you know, especially in the second half. You know, we've got to just, again, find someone to help kind of coach the team on the floor a little bit and manage us through possessions and successive possessions to where we can have a more efficient offense. And we just got to keep working on that until we can get there.
As you continue to get close, it's just, I'm sure it just gets more and more frustrating, and you probably just have to stop thinking about it just because you guys get, you know, I mean, you've been close.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we just got to finish, man. I told the guys after the game, we are finishing this season, and we've got to work, and we've got to fight, and we got to do everything we can. I don't want to dwell on all the things that we can dwell on. We have to just get ready for the next game and keep pushing and plowing through this thing as best we possibly can.
Coach, on any particular game day, like, you know, the morning of, or, you know, when you guys are doing shoot around or warm-ups or anything, do you have any kind of sense of how that game's going to go, where you just kind of get a sense from a team of, you know, maybe this is going to be a good day, or, you know, maybe I might have to do some things a little bit different. You know, maybe it's going to be a tough day. Like, just, do you have any read going day to day on these guys?
I mean, I think there's a few guys in particular we're trying to manage as best we can. I think you could see the fatigue. You can see it showing up in McQuatch. You could see it showing up in Saquon. And, you know, I'm trying to rest them as much as we can without taking away from our team's development. But tonight, you know, the 41 and the 36 minutes from us was evident. And, you know, we've got to obviously continue to develop our depth and continue to develop other guys in those areas where we're not as reliant, because not only are they fatigued, but then you can kind of see the output, and the output isn't where you want it either. So, you know, we've had this, you know, push and pull on how hard to push these guys. It's been a lot of games in a short amount of time. It's going to continue to be a lot of games in a short amount of time. There's a physical, you know, wear down effect that's going on, but there's a mental wear down effect. And I'm trying to do my best to manage that when I see maybe the things you see. We haven't had a break. And that's, I think, as I look at us now, probably been our most challenging obstacle to get through. But we're not going to have one. We've got 20 some odd days left, and we've got a lot of games in there. There's no breaks. There's no rest. And we've got to find a way to fight through with whatever model that's going to look like for the individuals and team players in this.
Coach, you expect Nolan Dorsey? I mean, did you see that coming, or is he just somebody got homesick type of thing?
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. It's probably one of the tougher departures I've had. As far as a kid, I really wanted to make it work, and I really wanted to work through the situation with him and come out on the other end. But, you know, it is his decision. I support him 100%. I'll cheer him on from wherever he ends up. I thought he could have been a great Lobo and a great piece to our puzzle. It just, you know, wasn't meant to be.
Paul, defensive. I know you guys are looking for whatever you can to build on from game to game. The results are what they are, and, you know, we can belabor that all we want, but the actual building blocks of what you guys got out of Fresno, I would guess, have to be somewhat on the defensive side, where Orlando Robinson's not held to single digits all season long. Then you guys do it in back-to-back games, and you foul them out. Defensively, are we seeing what you guys will be hopefully, I guess, in your mind, what you guys will be, and is this what you want to be defensively?
Yeah, I think, look, as a staff, as a coach, you know, you want to be able to say you've done everything you can to coach the basketball team to the best of your abilities. And when we go back and review our games, we've won the underneath out of bounds game in every single game but one. Our ATO game has gotten better every single time out. I feel like we're doing a good job on the glass. I feel like we're doing a good job defensively. We're continuing to manage to put guys in different places. The one element we have not been able to crack is taking care of the basketball and finding consistent point guard play. So I think when we go back as a staff and grade how we're doing and where we need to improve and how we need to develop, in a lot of the areas as a coach that you can control, we are being relatively effective. We've got to find a way now to coach the turnovers and consistent point guard play to sit here and say, hey, we're doing every single thing we can for this team to give itself the best chance to win.